Welcome back, class, to the Polity Lakshmikant series. We will discuss now the remaining articles of the fundamental rights. So, the Article 32 is about right to constitutional remedies, means right to constitutional remedies for the enforcement of an aggrieved citizen means the person whose rights are violated. He or she can go directly to the Supreme Court for their violation of fundamental right. And this article is also a part of basic feature, means basic feature of constitution, which is formed by Supreme Court in Keshwanand Bharti case 1973. So this article says that the right to get fundamental right protected in itself a fundamental right, and it makes a fundamental right real, means to protect the fundamental rights we have another fundamental right, and this thing makes the fundamental right real. And Supreme Court has been constituted as defender and guarantor of fundamental right of citizens. As B.R. Ambedkar said, that an article without which this constitution be a nullity. B.R. Ambedkar said this to Article 32 constitutional remedy, that without this article this constitution be a nullity, and it's the very soul of the constitution and the very heart of it. There are four provisions in the Article 32. That first one is right to move to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court have the power to issue writ, and Parliament can empower any other court to issue directions or order or writs of all kind. We have five kind of writs. And the right to move the Supreme Court shall not be suspended except as otherwise provided by the Constitution. There is a difference about the writs regarding Supreme Court and High Court. The Supreme Court have the Article 32 to the citizens, that they can go to the Supreme Court for the violation of fundamental rights, and High Court Article 226 has also the power to issue writs regarding fundamental rights. And Supreme Court has the original jurisdiction about this, but not exclusive. And fundamental and High Court has the exclusive and original jurisdiction. Supreme Court has party should first to move the party who has violated their article. He should first move to High Court and then to the Supreme Court. Only fundamental right can be enforced by the Supreme Court, but the higher court has the wider writ jurisdiction, and the High Court can also issue the writs regarding other laws. And it is a legal and constitutional right of the High Court. And the territorial jurisdiction is regarding territorial jurisdiction, means area wise is the wider than high court, and High Court has the narrower territorial jurisdiction. And Supreme Court cannot refuse to its writ jurisdiction, hence defender and guarantor of the fundamental rights of the citizens, but High Court may refuse. So here we have the writs. First one is habeas corpus. Habeas corpus meaning to have the body of. Means this habeas corpus writ ordered issued by the court to the person who has detained another person to produce the body of letter before it, and it is the bulwark of it is the individual liberty against arbitrary detention and only against illegal detention, and not, it is against both private and public. And there is exceptions that where habeas corpus cannot be issued, that detention is lawful proceedings for the contempt of court, detention is by competent court, and detention is outside the jurisdiction of court. Second writ is mandamus, and the meaning is we command. Means this is the direct activity and command issued by the court to the public officials, asking him to perform his official duties that he has failed or refused to perform, and it is against any public body, corporation, inferior court, tribunal, or government for the same purpose, and it cannot be issued against private individual or body, and to enforce departmental instruction that does not possess statutory force when duty is discretionary, and to enforce contractual obligation. It cannot be issued against president or governor, or against chief justice of high court acting in judicial capacity. Third writ is prohibition, meaning to forbid. Means it is issued by higher court to lower court, and it is the prohibition directs inactivity and issued only against judicial and quasi judicial authorities, and it cannot be issued against administrative authorities, legislative bodies, private individual and bodies. Fourth one is surgery, and meaning is to be certified or to be informed. Means issued by higher court to lower court or a tribunal, either to transfer a case pending with later to itself or to quash the order of later in the case. Both, in the case of both preventive and curative, it can be issued, and it can be issued against judicial and quasi judicial authority, and it cannot be against legislative bodies and private individual or bodies. The last writ is quo warranto, and the meaning is by what authority or warrant. Means it is issued by the court to inquire into legality of claim of person to public office. It prevents illegal assertions or of public office by person, and it is issued only in case of substantive public office by person, and it cannot be issued against ministerial office and private office. It can be so by any interested person and not necessarily by aggrieved person. Here is the article 33, which empowers the parliament to restrict or abrogate the fundamental rights of the members of armed forces, paramilitary forces, police forces, intelligence agencies, and analogous forces. And the power to make laws under Article 33 is conferred only on Parliament and not on state legislature. Any such law made by Parliament cannot be challenged in any court on the ground of contravention of any of the fundamental rights, and a parliamentary law enacted under Article 33 can also exclude the court martial from the writ jurisdiction of Supreme Court and High Court, as far as the enforcement of fundamental right is concerned. Article 34 is the article provides for the restrictions of fundamental rights while martial law is in force in any area within the territory of India, and empowers the parliament to indemnify any government servant or any other person for any act done by him in connection with maintenance or restoration of order in any area where martial law was in force. Martial law implies the suspension of ordinary law and the government by military tribunals, and the concept of martial law has been borrowed from English common law. An expression martial law has not been defined anywhere in the Constitution. It is implicit in Article 34, under which martial law can be declared in any area within the territory of India. Article 35 is the power to make laws to give effect to certain specified fundamental right shall vest only in the parliament and not in the state legislatures. This provision ensures uniformity throughout the India with regard to the nature of those fundamental right and punishment for their infringement, and the parliament shall have power to make laws with respect to prescribing residence as condition for the certain employments, Article 16, and empowering courts other than Supreme Court and High Court to issue direction orders or writs, it is Article 32 and Article 34 and Article 33. There are some fundamental rights which are outside the fundamental rights, and these are Article 265, that no tax shall be levied or collected except by the authority of laws, and another one is the right to property, and right to property, Article 300A, no person shall be deprived of his properties save by authority of law, and the Article 301, Part 13, trade, commerce and intercourse throughout the territory of India shall be free. So we have complete our chapter of fundamental rights. You can check the remaining the earlier rights in the previous classes. Thank you, class.